We are here to see what is going on. Hopefully, it's going to be a different storyline. That would be nice. We have an invitation here at the front of the deck. I don't know if that's even we have the House on the Hills coming up next. Just in pencil. A wealthy couple. We've got an offer with this apple. And we've got Robin coming up again, our little sidekick, or also Robin, Robert, Rob. It gave me that vision of the Storytime shows where she holds up the little mirror or looking glass to say the people's names, and whoever's name is Rob or whose name is not Rob or Robert or Bob or Robin is saying, I want my name to be called, and I have a name in mind who might be saying that. But I'll save it to see if we get any initials that come out at the end. It's like someone's only doing things or participating in things because they want the notoriety that's going to come with those things. They want the pub. They want the discussion behind the scene when the group gets together and says, oh, she said your name, she said your name. We've got a penguin walking away from the group. Maybe they just don't fit in there anymore. We have other penguins in the group wondering, why is this penguin leaving? Where are you going? Why are you going that direction? We're all over here. We've got the tooth with the apple. Someone may need to get their teeth cleaned. Take care of their teeth. Maybe someone's making an offer that pertains to someone's wisdom, knowledge, connection, background. They want to chew the fat with the person. Taking 3 from the front and putting it in the back. We've got balding. Someone's feeling a little bit vulnerable that they weren't invited, or maybe that they were invited. This whole scenario is getting old, and it's exposing it all the way down to the bare minimum of things. It's an adjustment in hairstyle for sure. It's an adjustment in living. It's an adjustment of how you're being seen. Radioactivity. It's enough to make you sick. Maybe someone is radioactive in somebody's plan, or they weren't expecting this individual to be radioactivity in their plan. Or it was just a matter of time when this person became radioactivity in their plan. And maybe that's the penguin that's leaving the group, left the group, or is planning to leave the group. take this card. Okay. Taking this card, and it is, oh, the house in the hills. Interesting. There's real significant about a house in the hills. Went to this one house up in Laguna Beach Canyon, up in the hills, obviously. And the trip to get there was just so steep, and it was windy, and it was a little nerving. But wow, that view was beautiful. The view was gorgeous. And it wasn't a real clear day, but it was still gorgeous as all get out. There was this one house where you can look through I was just dropping the order, and you can look through the front door, and it was glass. And so you can see all the way through the house and the glass on the other side. And it was just nothing but ocean. This vast openness of just ocean for miles. I wonder if they sit in their living room and look out the glass and the windows and just ponder and just say, wow, what a blessing this is, how gorgeous the scenery is. Or do they just walk past it and kind of be like, it's just an everyday thing now? Like it's lost its wonder or its magic or its enthusiasm of even being there. I know if it were me, I'd wake up every single day and just in awe of the vastness of it, the power of it, and true gratitude. I mean, I do so now. I was sitting on my couch, and out on the balcony, there was a little finch trying to pull some pieces of plant from my plant, and I thought, how cute is that? And then all of a sudden, a little hummingbird comes and just sits right above it. And I was thinking how special it was. Two birds at one time. What are the chances? Especially of a hummingbird always on the move. It was truly special. I felt really lucky. Honored, really. Anywho, let's move on. We've got the back of the deck. Is our worm card someone trying to lure someone trying to provide something to someone in order to get them hooked? It's really sad that there's certain individuals in the world that really have come and just mucked up something just so beautiful. Life is supposed to be a beautiful experience. And they take it for granted. We've got our loaf of bread here. Again, with the finances, right? If the butter comes out, we know it's for sure bread and butter. A bunch of pieces to make a whole, just like that group of the penguins. They all hang out together, but yet they still find their significant other and treat them with honor when they give them a little pebble, saying, I am yours, you are mine. Please accept this pebble as a token of my love. Which somebody could actually be using that worm to make that offer, like we had the apple, saying it is a token of their love. But considering that there's a hook in the worm, I don't think that's such a great offer. Considering this card has the annotations of both being bread and lazy, like a loaf. Kind of confirms that. But we do have the balance coming here with the justice, with balanced scales. It also could be the Libra card. I think it's funny how the scales are balanced here, but down here it's quite clear how it's not balanced. It's just a figment. Something you would see only if you were really looking. You would see how imbalanced it really is. Where one side had to have been tweaked just a little bit in order to have it appear balanced on the scales where it matters. But in all actuality, down below, it's not balanced at all. We've got our fellowship here. Maybe this imbalance comes from a place of fellowship. Considering it's a place of fellowship and worship, and we've got the black crows here circling in the back. It's almost like it's a haunted house with a very pretty face. Perhaps it's the house in the hills that has a very haunted house, but very pretty in the face. Perhaps that's their meeting place, is that house in the hills. The impossible itch. Here there are two individuals both having this itch that they just can't reach. Yet, but they don't ask each other for help to get it. What's that about? It's kind of like when you have that impossible itch and you itch it and it's still not itchable. I mean, it's not, the itch is still there. And the more you itch it, the worse it gets. And then now you've torn the skin, the layer of the surface, and you're just like, oh my gosh, now that hurts. In the case where people are getting mosquito bites, this is a sidebar. There's a product. I'm not affiliated. I just want to share the news. But the maker is like it's like a Mario. I'm going to say it wrong because I don't know what it is, I guess. It's the first name is like Mario something, and then the last name starts with a B. BEA, I don't know. But they have different colors of the spray, and they've got a purple one, a green one. I think they have a pink one. The label is white, and it's the letters are usually green, and there's like a green square, outline square around the product maker's name. You can find it at like discount retail stores, whatnot. Get the purple one, and it won't itch anymore. I think it's because it has chamomile and the lavender in there. I think it's actually like a face spray. Like a face refresher spray. If anyone knows the name of it, put it in the comments. And if you can, maybe put it in the comments after this post, because all the comments disappear. I can't see what's being said. If I remember, I will try to put it in the community post as well, because we are getting to summertime. Whenever that song came out, might have some significance. Summertime. This could have been something that's been going on since that since that time. When was that? Like the 1990s, maybe? Summertime. I think it was Will Smith. Again, was something that was just so great. The music that was just so great, and how it's just all turned into just a fiasco. Just so sad. It's like, where's the self-respect and the honor? You know what I mean? Ball and chain being held back, being weighted down. Oh, these are the three. Oh, I already moved those cards, right? Ball and chain, my old ball and chain. Maybe someone's talking about their spouse. Maybe someone's done talking about their spouse. I don't even know why I would say that. Maybe this house in the hills and this opportunity, or the luring of some kind of opportunity, or trying to keep the balance of a situation without even being able to reach out to anybody, is just a little bit too much for someone to bear. We've got the tooth coming out here again. Folks, you can always, after this post, you could always speed up body art. You could always speed up the video if it's going too slow for you. Dice. Pancake. We've got the tooth here. As I was saying in the opening, it's all about connection to your body. It is also about wisdom, the things that you know. Perhaps what somebody knows is being held back or is a heavy weight to bear. We've got body art here. Someone could have body art. It says, fear is an illusion, courage is a choice, and only God can judge me. Someone could have body art. Someone could be expressing themselves very plainly, very openly, very matter-of-factly, it's just something that is close to their heart. It's something that means something to them. We've got taking taking a gamble with this evil eye. Someone who's upset, someone was jealous, someone's envious, someone is angry, someone is full of hatred. Someone is taking a gamble on something, and it's the first pancake card here. Every time you make pancakes, there's always going to be that first pancake that's a flop, right? Also, usually when you're making pancakes, you make enough to feed a group. We've got soda pop. I wonder if you can make pancakes with soda pop. Interestingly enough, I knew someone who used to live in the hills, a house in the hills, and they used to call it pop. Soda pop. Taking a gamble, feeding these people, or maybe getting these people involved is only, we've got two, has only driven this person to a place where they're actually trying to harm themselves or somebody else. They need a time out in order to have some time to think or contemplate what's going on. We've got the straight. Stop. This is literally a straight jacket, folks. Wow. On the card, it just says jacket. On this card, it's supposed to be the straight haircut, but it came out together as a straight jacket. This is literally somebody had been sent to a place where they have to wear a straight jacket. Whatever information or knowledge that someone keeps taking a gamble with, trying over and over and over again, made them literally pop. And they're in a straitjacket. Wow. You guys saw me shuffle. We have a moth here. Someone was being led to the light. and it drove them to a place of needing a straight jacket. We've got two coming out. We've got a candle and we've got rabbit. Someone could have been doing candle magic or trying to make someone a bit more promiscuous. I couldn't even get the word out. Maybe quick to make choices, quick to react. We've got the moth like a flame being burned by the fire. I should probably just draw this moth in. It's super simple. I don't know why it's not done yet. What? Like a moth to the flame burned by the candle. Maybe someone is anxiously trying to get away from that candle. They're trying to fly away from the situation, but they can't because they're a moth. And they just can't help themselves. They know better than to do what they're doing, but something within them, that it's like a possession or an obsession. Just FYI, people who are in that state, folks, you can probably share with them if they wanted to get rid of that possession, that they can demand it out of themselves in the name of Jesus Christ. I mean, if you want to help someone along, maybe they don't know how to get out from underneath that kind of situation. There are also spiritual people that can take those entities off and away from people. Just make sure you do your research on them so they don't swindle you. We've got a blueberry. Blueberry is my entitlement card because of that kid that was in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He was always entitled. It's also an antioxidant. Someone may need those because it's underneath the evil eye. But somebody is entitled, and that's what makes them angry, because apparently they don't have what it is that they wanted. They didn't get what they wanted out of this fellowship, out of this breaking bread, this conversation, this meal they had together. Maybe they refuse to even know or realize or want to admit the fact that they needed help, spiritual help, justice, help from the justice system. We've got the Ram, which is also the Aries card. It also has to do with computer systems, forcing people to see things the way that they want them to see things, like repeating something over and over again and trying to make people believe whatever it is they want them to believe. They took a gamble when they kept on trying to do this, and we've got it reiterated by the first pancake card. It's like if it doesn't work the first time, then you just try again. So they're ramming this idea, this entitlement. They wake up every single day entitled, trying to push their agenda. I was hoping for a new storyline. We've got a wrench. They've got a wrench in their day. They've got a wrench in what they're trying to push, whatever narrative they're trying to push in a scenario. They keep trying and trying. They're doing the magic. It's like trying to do the same thing over and over again is, what is that saying? Expecting a different result doing the same thing is just to set up for insanity. And we have of course we have the straitjacket there, which is interesting. We've got taking a peek from the outside, or actually the inside looking out. The earth looks a little distorted, doesn't it? They're behind a locked door, and this is coming in underneath the straitjacket. Mustard seed underneath the moth and underneath the tooth. This person thinks that just having the faith of a mustard seed is all it's going to take. That's the light that the moth keeps going after. But it's like you don't need the person that you see the light in order to get you to where you need. All you need is yourself and what you think and what you believe, what you speak upon. A faith of a mustard seed is all it takes, and that's smaller than a sesame seed, in case someone didn't know. We've got, reiterating with the Bob haircut, we had the bird in the beginning with Robert, and we've got Bob here, the Bob. Very heavy on the name Robert or Bob. I'm not saying it, I'm just reading the cards, folks. Someone is older in age, they're a little bit more conservative. We've got extended family. This is the extended card. This was supposed to be the in-laws card, but I had to come up with something other than in-laws. We've got various families coming together and working together, existing together. Entitled families, that is, because it's under the entitled card. All right, Bob. My sister used to use the word Bob for someone who used to smoke marijuana. Bob. I guess because it's B-U-D. Guess he's out talking to Bob. So someone could be under the influence of some Mary Jane. Someone is lucky here. Maybe this person took a lucky gamble. Whoever this person is, they're trying to lure or make this offer to. Taking a pause, a timeout, a little break, a moment. Camera. Making memories. Capturing memories. Paparazzi. Taking note, recording moments. Underneath the wrench card. There's a wrench in their memory, perhaps. Gesture. Someone being paid to perform. Whatever it was that they were performing was caught on camera. That's what the wrench is. And that evidence is about to pop. This person didn't know when to stop. The buzz cut. We're getting real close here. Could be someone who has a buzz cut. What is that? Military, place of authority. I mean, it's summertime. It could be anyone. But we had the balding card before. Maybe they're letting it grow out a little. Pomegranate. Someone could be of the I think the Jewish faith. The pomegranate is about life and resurrection. It has 613 seeds in it. The Torah also has 613 commandments in it. 248 don'ts. 248 do's, 365 don'ts. Unity and faith, fate, growth, a blessed future. That's why Bob was involved, because he wanted a blessed future. But it was all fated. Facing fear with love, and we also had the body art up there that was saying that fear is an illusion, bravery is a choice. Someone had to come to terms with what they were facing and just be okay with it anyway. It's like you can't be productive in fear. You can only be productive in facing the fear with love. Fear and love can't exist in the same place, or faith and fear can't exist in the same place. We've got a flat top. There's a whole lot of haircuts coming out, folks. We've got the straight hair, we've got the bob, we've got a buzz cut, and we've got a flat top. Those could be all different individuals with those kinds of haircuts. Flat top is also that the terrain is pretty quite clear. You can see all the way across it. You're no longer looking through a little peephole. A nosy neighbor, perhaps. Nosy neighbor who is being paid to distort the truth. Were they lucky with their gamble, or were they just on the straight and narrow? Somebody's gas tank is empty. That's why they need to take this break, or someone may be able to take a break and relax a little bit in order to refuel. They're tired of trying and trying again every single morning. Their gas tank is on E. They can't go any further. We've got the plunge. The plunge with the pop. Taking the plunge down memory lane. Using something for what it's not meant to be used for. The nighttime is important. Maybe someone's taking photos of someone at night. You've got Zen here. Their balance. Someone was paid to mess with someone's balance. We've got sanctuary. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our last row. We've got sanctuary here. What's our center card? Our center card is the extended. So it doesn't have to be your direct extended family. It can be like maybe your work, your colleagues at work. It can be your neighborhoods, your neighbors. Places that you would call home, and the people that are in that environment. Like you spend most of your day at work, so your work people would be your extended family almost, right? We've got UFO here. Someone being alone is actually their sanctuary. They don't mind being alone. They don't mind being different. It's just all part of the plan, right? It's written. Regardless of what's being done, what's being displayed. Maybe someone is being brought up into the UFO ship. There's some promises on the way. There's that rainbow at the end of the storm because this person did face their fears with love. When it had to do with these entitled hatred people. This is the man symbol card. It was also Prince, right? Didn't Prince change his name to the symbol? So some guy made a promise, and it's about to sprout. We had that mustard seed, and now that mustard seed is sprouting. Sprouting into something awesome. Oh, look at the crocodile. Maybe somebody thinks that somebody's mustard seed faith is a bunch of crock. Even though it's coming from underneath the surface, it's growing. Could also have something to do with where crocodiles live or they exist. Maybe someone's trying to get rid of the evidence of all the photos, the wrench that they have in their photos. Plunge. Yeah, I think that's evidence trying to be buried. They're trying to feed the evidence to the crocodiles. Whatever proof they have on the camera or whatever incriminating evidence they have on their camera, it's about to pop. It's a wrench in all of their work. Someone's taken the plunge. The crocodile will always just come out of nowhere. And then they seek down underneath the surface again, not to be seen. So someone might be trying to cover their tracks or cover their evidence or cover whatever it is that they've been doing behind the scenes. Taking the pause. So someone could be enjoying all of these things. They could be in this state of balance and peace. They're in their sanctuary. They're rising above the situation. They've got that promise. Someone's promising something to them, and then now it's sprouting to the surface and there's a crock. Maybe it's just like a setup. Maybe that's what the setup is. Let's let this person get to a place of peace, and then they won't even be expecting the fact that this is going to happen. Ball and chain. Hiding the evidence is very heavy and weighted on somebody. What are the outcome cards? We've got the weight coming again. Yin and yang with the balance. Something's working out in this case. To lift weights, something's working out and it's going to be balanced. Like we had the balance here. Even though it wasn't really kind of balanced in the picture, it's completely balanced here. Everything is just black and white. Exclamation. We've got grace here. Give someone some grace. Someone needing help but didn't ask for help here, right? But now someone's coming and asking for help. This is a little twig inside the cat's paw. And he's got it out like, please take this twig out of my hand. At least they're asking for help now. They've got the number 9, which is the lesson learned. Lesson learned. Good for you. Could have something to do with, oh, we've got 2. With a Cancer and a Sagittarius. Cancer might be living a fake plastic life here, and the Sagittarius had someone as a target. Maybe they're targeting a Cancer. Maybe the Cancer is the target in this investigation. It's really unfortunate when the people that I know, the Cancers that you know what we should do? Just an idea. And I know people don't take very much heed into astrology and stuff like that. But it's like if we know the negative or the shadow side of the characteristics of a certain sun sign, shouldn't we kind of rear those children in a way that kind of helps give them support through those shadow or negative aspects of that potential sun sign? Now, granted, there are 12 houses in astrology in everybody's chart, and those all adhere to different parts of that individual. But if people really took notice to what those houses were and kind of rear their children in the way that would be helpful to that child, they could reach their North Node in a much quicker aspect and a healthier life mindset if we took those things into consideration. It's almost like saying, hey, you're pregnant, you need to join this class. It's about child rearing, how to raise a child. I mean, granted, some things are just very simple, but those simple things may not be there for people who don't know. So the reason why this came up is because I was thinking about I'm going to speak of 2 different Cancers in particular. And I have to admit, when I heard someone was on the phone and they said they were a Cancer and they were in a place of authority, I was like, ooh, I don't think I really want to proceed with this kind of dating arrangement. Just because it's like, if you're not on the North Node side of things, then that person potentially could be a real danger sign. I learned that the 2 Cancers that I know, and this is just my personal involvement, it has nothing to do with anybody else. These are 2 people, individuals that did not have the support in how to deal with disappointment, and how to deal with betrayal, what they saw as being betrayal, or their part in their own betrayal. And they were very, very negative emotionally because they didn't have the support or the tools in order to maneuver through life's disappointments. It's almost like in both of these individuals, totally separate situations, I'd say. Who's to say at this point? You know what I mean? But they were so disappointed in the situation that they had created for themselves that they took it out on the people who were already being victimized by the trauma or whatever they caused for themselves. Meaning, maybe there was a lack of communication ability there. Maybe they didn't know how to express themselves. Maybe they didn't know how to ask for help. Maybe they didn't know how to express, as I said, express themselves. Because I know the cancer individual that I know had potential for greatness, had potential for so much. I mean, this person was smart. They were creative. They were funny. Um, they had a certain suave about them. Had positive ideals as far as education and moral behaviors. Conservative. I personally felt that this individual was all that until I found out that a key component or two of this individual were not in alignment with the life that I wanted to lead. And so I had to sever that relationship with that person because it's like, if you're going to make decisions that are going to cause you to not be around, then that's not I would rather have a relationship with someone who's going to be around, who wants to have an everyday family love type of scenario. And it's just, this person made decisions based on the fact that, and I was told, I know the difference between right and wrong, but I chose to make the wrong choice for whatever reason. This individual also said that they would rather smile now and cry later, which I never understood that, because it's like, I lived life crying now and hoping to be able to smile later, of which I'm living that now because I did cry so often in my younger years, just because I was just so hurt by the people that I came in contact with. I can honestly say that it seems like every individual I ever had any kind of contact with has betrayed or hurt me in some kind of way or fashion. And that's fine because it's just their path. And I just came to the resolution that perhaps that is my role, is to be in other people's lives, to maybe give them the opportunity to do right in life. So when they choose not to, it's just like I feel for them because it's their choice, but I still process the pain and the hurt by just crying it out or writing it down or trying to make rhyme or reason of it and just say, you know what? You're here for a purpose, and that is what the purpose is. It's just what you're here to do. So it's like you just move on. You wake up every day a new day, and you just know that whatever you make of your own day is what matters. And for you to choose to be happy when you wake up and choose to find the little things in life, like those two birds, to be such a blessing, you appreciate those little things, right? And it's almost like a gift to be able to appreciate those little things. Now, there was another individual who was also a Cancer who apparently had a similar situation to mine, where someone was not very nice to them in their love relationship, and it took a turn where there was the need for her to have to leave the situation, and she would talk about it with such venomous about what had happened. It was like, seriously, it was like, it would drain me to hear it. And though it was something I was so familiar to, and I told her it was in a similar situation, just to hear how she spoke about the individual and just to hear how she spoke about the experience was almost scary to me. It seemed the more I was healing and the more that I was already healed about the situation and the more I wasn't allowing my previous experience to ruin my day, the more angry she got. It's like, how in the world are you okay and I'm not okay? And it's like, it's a choice. It's a choice to heal. It's a choice to not allow that experience to continue ruining your daily life stance because you're still giving it energy in order to destroy the potential of what could be in your own life without it being there. Granted, you learn from the situation and you move on. This person, the same person, individual, it's like she wanted to go to lunch and I told her that would be great. Let's go to lunch. I was going through a health issue. I was going through a realization of what was going on at my job. I was very overwhelmed with a lot that was going on, and I kept telling her I can't go today. I'm not feeling up to it. And she got very upset and angry to the point where I just had to just withdraw my friendship altogether. She couldn't respect, or she was upset by me wanting a rain check. And so I just said, I can't do it right now. I'm sorry. So I had to pull back and be my own best friend. And she was not particularly happy about that, which I understand because she was going through her own stuff. But just like I'm respecting you to go through your stuff, you should be able to respect me to go through my stuff. So anywho, both of those people were Cancers, very loving and kind and meaning well, I'm sure, but they just didn't have the tools in order to work through what they were feeling, which is unfortunate because I really liked both of those people. I still like those people. I hope they find their healing and their a better pathway to where they were headed. We've got heirloom upside down, which is meaning like someone is not getting their family heirloom of what was left to them, something that was within the family. Maybe those behaviors were because their family lacked in some way in trying to guide them with the learning. We've got eyes upside down. Someone is not seeing something. That's a blank. Heirloom upside down. I guess all the other ones are blanks. We've got clothes. Someone needs to get dressed, perhaps. Maybe someone is partially covered. We have muse upside down. Someone is not somebody's muse anymore. They're not trying to work it out. They're not trying to find balance. They just want to live in what it is that they're experiencing, what they got from their family lineage. They're more comfortable there than learning the lesson of what they need to learn. Perhaps. We've got the initial of G, first, middle, or last. It could also be someone's nickname. George, Gerald, Greg. What else we got? Georgia. We've got upside down opportunity. There is no opportunity. Cold. It's cold. Someone is cold. 11 is a spiritual number. It's also your pillars of strength. The connection between the spiritual and the earth. Also could be like a twin flame situation. We've got blunt. Again, with the this could be someone smoking a blunt. Someone could be being blunt with their learning this lesson, perhaps. Really cold about it. Maybe they're very cold and blunt about the fact that they are part of some kind of connection between the spiritual and the earthly realms, of maybe their participation in that in such a negative, negative, I don't know what the word is, a negative conduit in taking someone's opportunities away from them. Something stands out. Sunny side, the fact that someone's not being their sunny self, maybe the fact that someone's not seeing the positive in things, someone's not being a good sport about things, maybe that's what's standing out. 5 is the number of change. Cults and covens is upside down. Someone might be leaving the cults and covens because they want to change their environment. There's a concern here. 1. Oh, look, I'm putting all the numbers together. 11, 5, 1. Oh, and then we've got 3 1s out here, actually. And we've got the 9. Could be dealing with November 5th. Eleven and 9 is 2. We've got the 5 and the 6. That's an 8. That's a masculine action. Could have something to do with 91. Wasn't I just talking about a song? Oh, the summertime song was in the 90s or the 90s. I think it was. Hey, Google, when was Will Smith's summertime song released?
Summertime by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince was released on May 17th, 1991. It served as the lead single from their album Home Base.
We've got the 5, which is May. May of 91 was very significant, folks. Someone's being immature. Gerald, Greg. Wow. Blown away again. Now I'm looking at the camera and the wrench like it's fake AI photos. Someone took the plunge in creating fake AI photos, trying to make something appear something that it wasn't. Maybe they were trying to make it look like someone was trying to service a bunch of people. And that's going down in flames. I don't know where that just came from. It just came from, I guess, May 91 with the initial G. Now someone's going to be unstuck. They're not stuck anymore. Yin and yang, there's balance again. We've had 3 cards of balance. Someone's about to talk about whatever this was that happened. They can't go on anymore. They're totally empty about this whole scenario. Maybe they're going to go ahead and pop and just speak the truth, because now they realize they need the help. They can't keep doing this. What was the center card that we had? The extended family. It's extended. This person got way more people involved than they needed to get involved. And now people are still living in the place. They're facing their fears with love, and they're going towards the promise of the rainbow. And there's no way that they can control that anymore. They can't keep up the narrative. They're asking for help. They've learned their lesson. They're just asking if they can be forgiven. Please forgive this person. There's no one on earth that is perfect. Everybody needs to slow down. Everybody needs grace. Hiding. They're hiding something. What are they hiding? 12. The jury. The number 12 is like my jury card because you need the jury, right? But of course you've got the 2 alternates, so it's like you have that. But there's someone who is, they're slowing. They can't do it anymore. They can't live the lie anymore. They took a gamble. They tried to create something with a bunch of people, and they can't live the lie anymore. All right, you guys. All over a house in the hills. Someone trying to balance the scales. Maybe you told them no, that you didn't want to be in a relationship with them. Maybe you told them you wanted to slow down. Maybe they were treating you in a certain way that you knew that wasn't okay. And that you saw it coming. Or maybe you didn't even make much of it in the first place because you knew that if it didn't work out with this person, it would work out with the next person. And it wasn't that big of a concern for you. Because you weren't stuck in that situation because you knew it would all work out. And this individual had another idea. They wanted to put a wrench in all of your memories. They spent their entire life trying to ruin yours. With that being said, folks, thanks for being here. Again, if you know the product name, put it in the comments or put it in the comments after the video post. That would be really awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Take care and make it a great day.